Let's be honest. You and I both know that the Switch 1 has a flawless, smooth, uninterruptible online connection for everyone to enjoy. What? Okay, maybe not, but I'm here to talk about why I think that the Switch 2 is going to heavily focus on a better online service for users as an incentive to actually upgrade to the newer console. I have 3 key talking points that I think you guys may be interested in, and one of them I think that nobody is really considering right now as to why I truly believe that the online capability of the Switch 2 will be a big seller for the console. And until April, we're just left to speculate about the system anyways, so might as well just get into it, you know what I'm saying? So the first thing that obviously most people are talking about right now is the fact that in the trailer for the Switch 2, we did get a glimpse of Mario Kart 9, and we did see a pretty big reveal with it as well right off the bat, which is a 24-player maximum capacity in the lobbies. Absolutely mind-blowing. If I have even 3 people in a Smash Ultimate lobby, my Switch overheats. Okay, so this right off the bat is just killer. I mean, what a reveal right here. And Nintendo themselves already confirmed that Mario Kart 8 is a peer-to-peer experience, which means that it isn't server-based. I think that going into the Switch 2 with 24-player peer-to-peer connection is just an absolute disaster if they don't like either heavily change the infrastructure of the online or start using dedicated servers, which I'm kind of more leaning towards them doing that instead. Nintendo has used peer-to-peer for pretty much all of their games for like the entirety of the Switch 1 and like every other system that they've ever done. But I do think that it being a really common complaint actually like does bode like a change from them. Now, something that's a little bit more unorthodox that I don't think people think about too much is Nintendo has already been like kind of upgrading the online capacity of their system. For instance, if we look at the normal Switch 1 dock, you'll see on the side there are 2 USB ports, and in the back, you have 1 USB port, 1 HDMI port, and 1 USB-C port to power the dock. No capability for a Ethernet cord. You would have had to buy one separately if you wanted to play with an online connection and then attach it to a USB port. Now with the Switch OLED on the other hand, you do still have the 2 USB ports on the side, but they actually did put a dedicated LAN slot right here. So all you need is just an Ethernet cable connected to the dock, and you will always be playing with a wired connection. I think that that sort of thing into the Switch's lifespan does mean that they are like aware of online being a big problem and tried during the Switch 1's life cycle to make it more consistent for their users and easier to make it more consistent as well with like a physical upgrade. It's no secret that Nintendo has a very outdated like online perspective in general. Like they are just now getting into the realm of like online subscriptions and like getting benefits for like upgrading your monthly and yearly plans. So I really do think that we're going to look back at the Switch 1 as a beta test and really think about that being a key seller for the system. Another thing too is the secret button on the new Joy-Con. As you can see in the trailer, right under the home button on the right Joy-Con, there's a new button. In the leaks, it's labeled as a C button, which could mean anything, but I do think that it has some significance to online play. This next point that I want to talk about is something that I can't talk about in too much detail because it's actually something that players had to sign an NDA for. I am referring to the Switch 1 playtest that happened a few months ago that you can find information about online, but I will just like briefly talk about why I think it's important. Nintendo basically did this massive secret playtest with only 10,000 players that had a very, very big focus on online stability and multiplayer permanence. Again, you can look into this more if you want, but I do think that if you look into it and you connect the dots, you'll start to understand that Nintendo has been working on a bigger picture for online play and connectivity between players. My guess for what the extra button is going to be on the Joy-Con is I think it's going to be a button that allows you to seamlessly transition into an online, kind of like a Miiverse or like a Wii U Plaza. You know how there was like the boxes and the Miis everywhere that were talking about specific things? I think that's going to turn into like this completely new hub where players can like run around and like see people in like a real space and just see what people are playing, their profile, their achievements and stuff like that. I don't know, I find it all very fascinating. And again, I think that the Mario Kart thing really does confirm that they are making big changes in multiplayer. Whether it's really evident or not, I mean, we don't know until the system actually launches, and or at least until the direct finally happens in April. But I really do think that this is going to be a big emphasis for Nintendo. But I don't know, just a little thing I wanted to get out there and talk about while we wait and see what the console's actually fully about. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that this is all just wishful thinking or copium or whatever, or maybe like I was actually able to kind of make you guys think a little bit here? I don't know. For me, I'm super interested. I cannot wait for the Nintendo 2 Switch 2 Direct. I think it's going to be really interesting, and I have a lot of hopes for the console. If there's anything else you'd like to see me talk about or cover in regards to the Switch 2 or anything about the Switch in general, please let me know. I'm trying to make these videos and like really get some talking points out there. Also, I stream almost every single day on Twitch right now, so please feel free to come chat with me about it if you want to.